Trump supporters in 2025, what's driving them now? Like, now that the Trump has been in the White House for like over 100 days, and now that there's some rattling inside of the U.S. economy, there's been layoffs, there's been tariffs, there's been ups and downs in the U.S. dollar, the housing market still remains tight. What keeps people coming back to Trump? Today, we'll cover that in this video, and you'll want to stay around to the very end with some really, really important insights. Seriously, forget what the media tells you. The fact is that we spoke with the real Trump supporters, and their loyalty in 2025 runs deeper right now in May in 2025 than it ever has. And I think it's super interesting, in spite of the bad news, whether it's the 401k, whether it's mortgage rates, whether it's, heck, the fact that tariffs are making things go up, or the fact is that, hey, there's uncertainty out there. Trump really is the answer to many, many people. So who are these people supporting Trump? They tend to be older. They tend to be working class Americans, evangelicals, as in evangelical Christians, for instance, but they're also rural voters. Like Appalachia loves Donald Trump. The South, the old South, loves Donald Trump. And folks, I'm here to say that blue-collar suburbanites love Donald Trump. And part of the reason why they love Trump so much is they are super disillusioned with elites on both sides, whether they're elite Republicans, elite Democrats. The fact is they've become very distrustful of the education system, and maybe that's part of the reason why these voucher movements are out there. And let's face it, folks, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea at all, and I'll explain why in a future video. So why do these Trump supporters still have his back in 2025? Check out these quotes. He fights for us. Economic policies that speak our language, and a deep distrust of institutions. Let's face it, Trump playing hardball with the Ivy League schools, like Harvard, for instance, really is a deeper commentary on how the people who support Trump really dislike and distrust the elitists who are almost approaching us like they're so much smarter than everybody. And in reality, they don't necessarily muster the support, the respect, and maybe most importantly, those elitists don't speak the same language as Trump. And so an insight I had the other day was Donald Trump, many years ago, at one of the WWE events. Yes, World Wrestling Entertainment. And the fact is, he was there watching the Ric Flair, the Hulk Hogan's of the world battle it out, and that kind of gives you a little bit of an insight that Trump is able to shift gears. He too is Ivy League educated. He is a billionaire, but interesting that he can downshift, be a TV show host. He can be there at the WWE. Heck, he came and watched the National College Wrestling, for instance. These are super powerful insights that he knows how to talk to common people. And that, folks, is a superpower. So what are the issues that really matter to Trump supporters? They are most worried about immigration, illegal immigration. And folks, the fact is that they're asking for ID cards. They're asking to make sure that voting records count. And they do not like people coming from other countries over to the United States and then causing trouble, particularly if you're here illegally. But even if you're over here on a visa, the fact is you cannot come to the United States. You are here as a guest, and you're not here as a troublemaker. And if you see how Trump is reacting to the college campus protests alone, you kind of get a deeper understanding of what he's really, really about. And part of it is getting these people to be quiet, but he's also sticking up for U.S. citizens who belong at those campuses, and they should not be intimidated by people from other countries showing up here being troublemakers. But it runs deeper than that. There's a general distrust of the media. The fact is that most of the media seems to be attacking Trump every day, all the time. And with that, while some stations benefit by not touching Trump whatsoever or throwing him softballs in interviews that he can nail out of the park, the fact is that they are very, very concerned about really unfair treatment by the media. Heck, if you remember back to 2016, when Trump ran the first time, and I do mean all of the polls showed Trump was going to lose. And with that, it makes you kind of wonder how every single poll could be wrong. And if there's a distrust in the news, a distrust in censorship, a distrust in maybe giving you the real story, then you can see where some of this suspicion comes from the Trump supporter. I've got news for you. There's also some real concern about the future of the U.S. dollar. There's a lot of people that are on pensions. They're on Social Security. They're on Medicare. And those are real dollar cost sensitive issues. And with looming federal budgets, I'm curious, in my heart of hearts, think that Trump has some kind of a solution in his back pocket. I don't know what it is. We'll see here in the next couple of weeks or so if Trump's able to pull out the proverbial Trump card and drive a deal that really supports the U.S. dollar, make sure those cuts stay in place for everyone, and of course, maybe most importantly, props up that U.S. dollar like they said they were going to, because that was a campaign promise. Finally, if you're a little bit suspicious of some of the cultural changes in the United States, well, you're not alone. The fact is that Trump has really spoken to the hearts of the people who follow him. They do not like seeing all kinds of changes with sexual identity. They don't like seeing cultural changes about the police becoming the bad guys in the world, teachers becoming the bad guys in the world. Instead, you can see that he really is a traditionalist in the sense that he's trying to support traditional American values, at least for everybody else. I don't know how Trump is off camera, and we do know that he's been married several times, but that doesn't seem to bother his followers. And the evangelical Christians who support Trump to a fault seem to excuse and say that, hey, God works through everybody. So that being said, you have some really important insights to the people who support Trump. And if you're supporting Trump or not supporting Trump, I'd love to hear about you in the comments, because your insights, what you see, and maybe some of the things we miss here on this channel, help me fill in the gaps. And folks, with a like and a subscribe, you do wonders for this channel, and your insights. With a like and a subscribe, you do wonders for this channel, and YouTube really appreciates it as well. And the fact is, your insights make all the difference in the world, because it helps us see the things that we might not catch with our own eyes. Hey folks, remember, the biggest battle we're fighting is between the ears. Celebrate your victories every day, and I will catch you next video. Thanks for spending time with me.